Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ivy, and in this video I just want to share with you 5 things that I feel helps to kind of relieve some stress from the day of a busy work day, work life. We have so much that we have to balance between work and life, and sometimes it can be difficult to find certain ways of things that you can personally do within this busy lifestyle, this go, ways that you can kind of relieve yourself from the stress. So obviously, number 1 is breath work. We all know that breath work, doing meditations, visualizations really does help eliminate a lot of stress from our lives. Just by sitting in silence in meditation really can make the hugest changes in your life. So I find that just a simple meditation, whether it be, 5 minutes before you go to work, sit in silence, sit in a meditated state, and focus on knowing that the day is going to be great. Going into the day, knowing it's going to be positive, rejuvenating, even if you're not sure, but if you can just focus on the fact that today is going to be a great day. Go into the day knowing it's going to be great. Even though we know we run into hurdles, obstacles, but, focus in, just doing a little small meditation in the mornings, even if it's just sitting and drinking your coffee, looking out the window at the sunrise, was something I do a lot in the mornings, because when I start work, the sun's rising, and I sit right in front of the windows. So that can really help. Another thing would be just to turn off all distractions. I do have some notes here, obviously, just to keep myself on track so I don't get too rambling. So yeah, turn off all the distractions. Turn off your phone. Turn off the TV. Just try to find a way. Maybe even if it's just going and sitting in your car for 5 minutes or however long you want, 1-2 minutes, just enough to just sit, taking a few breaths. I see that just taking in 3 good long breaths, like I find that to be extremely soothing. And it's also very rejuvenating. And it helps to kind of, when you're taking in the breath work, you're breathing in imagine you're breathing in this light of positivity. And when you breathe out, you're breathing out any of that negative thinking or thoughts or issues or problems or anything that's arose in your life. You're just, breathing it out and then breathing back in nature and pure positivity. But yeah, turn off distractions and go outside, sit outside, put your feet in the grass. The third one is writing. Now, that is something I truly love to do, is write. I feel like it's more personal when I sit down with a pen and just a notebook, a piece of paper, my journals, and just start writing. So taking the time to just write down your feelings, your thoughts, and then reflecting on those can help a lot as well, because you can see maybe how something may have went wrong in that day that might have triggered that you can go into the next day knowing that what happened that day won't happen again, because you've learned, by just sitting in silence, writing, breath work, it all kind of comes together. So it all just kind of just connects together and helps you obviously build your spiritual growth with spirit and yourself and learning and growing. And it helps you mentally and physically, which is very important, because obviously we have to have a good mind and a good, strong inner self knowing. Like you want to, be mentally and physically strong is what I meant to say. Because if we're all jumbled up with all of the day's distractions and things that bring us down, it's going to be very difficult to go and sit in silence and forget about it all. So we have to find a balance. And I find that the balance is obviously doing the breath work, meditations, sitting in silence, going out in nature. Put your feet straight down on the ground, in the grass. Even if it's cold, just do it for 30 seconds, a minute. That will rejuvenate you and give you that true revitalizing feeling through nature, a natural way to rejuvenate. So that can work too. You could do all of them at the same time, you know, because they all go together. Breath work, turning off distractions, going outside and grounding, writing. You can take your notebook outside, a sheet of paper outside, and write. So you can do all those things at the same time while you're pausing and reflecting on the day, your life, things you want to change, things that you want to make better, you know, things like that. When you sit in silence and you take in what you feel, what you're feeling, like if you just let yourself be kind of like an antenna in a weird sense. Imagine you're an antenna, you know, you have an antenna and you're just relaxing and you're outside or you're sitting in your sacred space with your incense, meditating, being calm, and you're just sitting in silence. You could just start getting downloads of certain things. Sorry, the sun is really shining in my face right now. But I love it, you know, I love the sun, I love soaking it up. The Spirit will speak to you. So listen to those downloads that you're getting. Even if it seems strange, just write it down. Just write down the words, the thoughts, the whatever it might be. You know, it might be just a push, or you might see a picture of something. You might see something in your mind like it is a visualization rather than a word. So, you know, all those things you're pretty much downloading if you're in a sacred space, meditating, being in silence, no distractions. You're going to get messages from the divine, and that's the perfect time to write down anything. Sometimes, I find a lot of times, you might be in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden Spirit starts talking and starts saying things, or like, you know, you just get this download feel of this intuitive is the better word, an intuitive feeling like, okay, this is from Spirit. I need to write this down. So, you know, you might make some notes and write it down. The fourth, and this one is also really good, is reflecting. And that pretty much goes into everything else. Just reflecting on everything of the other previous things I mentioned. So you're just reflecting after you've wrote down some of the downloads that you may have gotten, the feelings that you had, where you can go back and reflect on it. And 5 is think of a hobby, something that you can do that might help you. Like if you feel like, you know, you're just stuck in a rut, sometimes it's just so hard to get ourselves motivated and get ourselves into doing something because, you know, a lot of times we'll get off work, we're tired, we want to lay down, we want to watch TV, or we've got to do laundry, we've got to tend to animals, you know, the list can go on and on and on and on. So yeah, just if you can find a hobby that you can also incorporate into your life. So having something fun that you enjoy doing, it basically helps you step away from the busy lifestyle and allows you to express yourself through thoughts, feelings, and in your emotions. Just releasing the negative energy and soaking in, just like I'm soaking in this sun right now. I hope you all had a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I would appreciate it if you guys want to, go ahead. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share this video if you would like to. I did want to mention, I'm going to be doing a giveaway in probably at about March or April, not exactly sure. So I'm going to be doing a pretty good giveaway, and I love doing giveaways on this channel. I haven't done one in so long, so I feel like coming back would be a great chance for me to give back to everyone that's kind of helped me feel welcomed here since I've been gone for so long and come back. So I do appreciate everyone and love you all, and I will announce that information later. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great week, and much love and blessed be.